Final Fantasy X-2 is a game where you play as three whores of varying body types. Type 1, the disappearing, anorexic, cultural appropriating Riku, front woman of Guns N' Roses.
And barely legal age, pretty nasty jailbait, but why would you sexualize this Slavic wonder anyway? Riku is only your kind of gal if you enjoy grafting skin from bone. This girl needs a mega potion and some chocobo fried wings, because I have no idea how she survives wearing this kind of Axl Rose cosplay.
Surprised she didn't get hyperthermia and Mount Gagazet.
Next whore on the list is more standard fare. In Final Fantasy X, Yuna was what I call the mystery whore, because she always covered her bulk with baggy robes and a coy, thoughtful persona that had us all fooled. The Church of Yevon's finest would have us believe she was above the rank trappings of fame and the indignity of scrounging for a living, but we never knew who or what she was for sure. Beneath those baggy robes could have been a closet chub for all we knew. Or maybe she was a fiend. Turns out she's the ideal body type, a discarded clone of early noughties pop icons. And in the sequel here, she's out to dance and sing compulsively like a lunatic. The death of her idiot lover may have caused her to lose a few marbles, because this fairy certainly ain't playing with a full deck. Next gal on the guest list is Pain, a Y2K stoic kind of proto-non-binary person. Strong, stalwart. Eventually, though, even she gives in to adopting some of the weird, childlike, woman-idiot mannerisms of her cohorts.
Rarely speaks, but her fashion speaks for itself.
Fortunately, more often than not, she pushes back on their stupidity.
Whoa! Wanna get hurt?
Seriously, they act like they're on drugs, or if they inhabit what ChatGPT would call a fever dream.
This game is corny, but oddly charming too.
I didn't mean it! Too late!
But if these women children are not to your taste, then you might appreciate the antagonist, the goofball whore LeBlanc, whose cleavage boasts a cartoonish heart, making it like a bullseye target. Looks like a cross between Kefka and Anna Nicole Smith. I have a theory that this is in fact Kefka from Final Fantasy VI with breast implants, albeit he's more insane than he's ever been.
Stop that! Oh!
This game is possibly my favorite in the series because you choose what kind of whore you want to be. Come hither songstress? Check. Tug whore ready to scrap and steal and mug someone for their Jill? Check. Sharpshooting whore ready to put a bullet in the brain of any dim-witted fiends who get in your way? Check. White mage free healthcare whore. Black mage power of the elements whore. Blue Mage Nip Your Abilities whore, Dark Knight whore, Japanese Festival Addict whore, Led into Gold Turning Alchemist, Kitty whore, Samurai whore, and Gambling whore. Many fashionable classes you can take on, and it's not just a fashion show either. The ability to shift roles between just 3 characters makes for a dynamic battle system, lush and highly replayable. Pain, the more brawny character, has stronger physical stats. May feel awkward for her to don Yuna's songstress dress sphere, for example, but it's totally valid and effective as a gameplay choice. Yuna's white magic remains the best in the game, so she fits well as a white mage on paper, but Riku's superior speed also makes her a viable alternative. Agility paired with healing may even be preferential in certain fights. The dress spheres are also tied in with the plot. The songstress dress sphere, for example, is actually a remnant of the doomed Zanarkand singer Len, a tragic casualty of an ancient city-state conflict between Bevelle and Zanarkand. So the plot isn't as skin deep as high heels, florid bell bottoms, and patchwork blue mage suit pants. The story at heart is actually rather sweet, as Yuna is forced to confront her own sense of loss while juggling the ancient, bittersweet, unresolved karma of the now deceased Len. Lots of people despise this entry because of its focus on fashion and seemingly glib tone, but there is something about this post-sin, post-war Spira that feels at least real. As the setting, Spira was always dogshit ugly, and it hasn't aged particularly well visually compared to earlier entries, especially the PS1 titles. But in this installment, it at least feels more alive and lived in, partly because it's a post-in world, partly because of the more lightweight tone. X-2 also lets players traverse the world in a more dynamic zigzag fashion, with none of the world-weary heavy exposition of 10. You dance through this gauntlet of reused assets rather than trudge through it on a miserable A to B pilgrimage. And you get to choose when and where you go. Want to enter a Sudoku tournament? Fine. If you don't, you can dig in the desert instead like a Victorian coal miner. Knock yourself out and earn some Jill, or not at all. It's immensely more fun and freeform than its predecessor. Despite 10-2 embracing the kind of flexibility that is sadly lacking in many RPGs, it is something of a tawdry reputation and is largely despised. Why? Well, let's take a look at some comments here. Nah, well said, Celia. I actually agree with this. The trio in 10-2 might be sexualized and playing dress up half the time, but at least they feel fun, vibrant, and like real living people. Something that got buried under the whole girl boss wave that came to dominate the 2010s and 20s.
Too good to talk to us?
Yuna, Riku, and Pain are none of that. They were devised in the pre-girl boss age, so although they're far from Dostoevskian levels of depth, they've still got personality, warmth, and insecurity, bouncing off each other in ways that feel natural rather than performative. The game is not above showing the girls behaving like dicks either. One side quest has Yuna sabotaging the burgeoning tourist industry of Zanarkand. Why? Because she wants to savor her sexy memories of Titus. She accomplishes this through an improvised monkey breeding program of all fucking things. Spira's economy be damned. So I suppose she's entitled to have a stake in it, considering every citizen owes their pathetic lives to her. The extra mission where the girls go from shooting fiends to shooting each other with barbed, underhanded malice is oddly shocking to see in a fantasy setting.
I can't stay still in one place. I have to keep busy. Not like you, Uni.
Like me?
Just passing all those days back on Besaid, wasting your time away.
Yeah, why don't you get off welfare, you fucking sponge? But jokes aside, this game is an underrated gem, and one that has aged considerably better than its predecessor. This is a game that gives its female cast permission to be zany, quirky, petty, carefree, and totally unanswerable to anybody, even each other. All while donning dozens of gorgeous garments and a gameplay system that remains my favourite of the franchise. Give it a go, you just might be surprised.